I know we are all familiar with the amount of money in college football, but college football coaches are some of the ones to get the most money for the most ridiculous reasons. So if you want to know more about college football coaches' incentives, make sure to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's your thumb, and let's go ahead and get into it. If you're not familiar with college football coaches' contracts, you can check out this video right here. I'll link it in the description where I go all over their salaries, how they work, who pays them, and so much more. But for the baseline of how their contracts works, basically the money comes from either the school or boosters, sometimes both. But that base salary is nothing compared to the amount of incentives they get. And if you're not familiar what incentives are, these are built-in bonuses that coaches get once they reach whatever that incentive mark is. We're going to talk about 5 incentives from 5 different coaches that I think are kind of insane. The first is an academic incentive that Kenny Dillingham, the coach of Arizona State, has in his contract. The first part of this incentive is based upon if football players enroll into the school's honors college program, which is very unusual. If 3 to 6 football players join the honors college, he gets a $50,000 bonus. 7 to 11 football players join, he gets a $100,000 bonus. And if 12 or more join, then he gets a $250,000 bonus. The second part of that incentive is based upon the team's academic progress rate, also known as APR. And this is something that every single football, tennis, lacrosse, every single NCAA sport has to meet a certain GPA point to stay eligible to play football. Now, there is an NCAA baseline to this GPA rate, but there also is some that schools implement in general to keep their academic integrity and standards high. If the Arizona State football team reaches a 2.7 GPA, then the coach gets $37.5 thousand. A 2.8 GPA gets him $62.5 thousand. A 2.9 GPA gets him $100,000, and a 3.0 or higher gets him $150,000 in extra money that's not even included in his base salary. And one of the reasons why Arizona State probably included this into their new coach's contract is because in the 2020-2021 season, the GPA of the Arizona State football team was around 2.5. And 2.5 is the minimum to be eligible to still play in NCAA sport. The next incentives is a country club membership, which isn't really shocking, as you know, coaches have to talk to boosters and smooth people and really work the room. Relates to Biff Poggi, as he is the coach of UNC Charlotte. Charlotte gave him up to $25,000 in a membership fee to whatever country club he chooses, with up to $6,000 in membership dues or initiation fees that comes every single month. Now, the highest level country club in Charlotte membership fee is $100,000, which you're like, that's $75,000 he has to get from somewhere else. Don't worry, as Biff used to be in hedge fund manager world before he went into being a college football coach. The third incentive is based upon athlete development. And this is an incentive that Deion Sanders has, the coach of Colorado. This incentive is based upon 3 points that have to be met individually, and then altogether they're worth upward of $1.1 million, with each of them being worth $500,000 individually. The first is that Deion Sanders must support athletes in gaining academic skills and an academic culture on the football team. He also must support student athletes' welfare and citizenship and each football program cause outside of the Colorado University student body. And the third point is that he can develop program culture and outreach in community and on campus. And once all of these 3 are met, Deion Sanders can make an extra $1.1 million just off these athlete development incentives. Wins being lumped into your contract extension is nothing new or groundbreaking, but the way that makes Jeff Brom, the coach of Louisville's contract, really interesting is how it works into a contract extension. as his contract auto-renews up until the year 2030 if the team wins 7 or more games at the end of the season. And the contract he has signed is all the way up until the 2028. The second part of that is that the contract auto-extends for 2 years if the team manages to win 10 or more games. And the win totals for both parts includes bowl games as well. And the last contract extension we're going to talk about is conference changes, as conference realignment in college sports right now is absolutely insane. Alex Golsh has managed to put one in his contract to benefit not only himself but his support staff, as if South Florida goes to a Power 5 conference, then he will get at least a $1 million bump in his salary, as well as an additional $50,000 to give to his support staff and other people that work on the team to increase their salary pool as well. And now that you know so much about college football coaching incentives, make sure to check out this video right here where I talk all about their contracts and how their contracts are set up. As well as leaving a comment down below telling me which one of these incentives do you think was most outlandish. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video, which are on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's your thumb, and remember, don't be afraid to join the convo.